So I've decided I'm going to give myself 10 days to make a costume. With the new Fallout TV series coming out soon, I really wanted to make the Vault Dweller's jumpsuit from it. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you where I get my reference images, how I make a technical drawing from them, and how you can cut corners to make your costumes quicker. So starting with my reference images, I would usually watch the show, or the first thing I'd do is just Google the actual costume that I'm wanting to make, and then just get normal Google images. But to get different angles and more insight on it, I would watch the show. But in this case, the show's not out yet, so I've just gone to the trailer and screenshotted different angles of the outfit and any close-ups that you can get from the trailer, just to see what the construction's like. So once I've got my reference images, I put them all into one document, just so I can easily flick back and forth between my technical drawing and the reference images to see if I'm drawing out the right construction. So to start making the technical drawing, I often start with full body images, like these two front and back ones. So starting with this back one, we can see that there's a centre back seam and the yellow waistband goes over the top, and there's a raglan sleeve seam along with some piping that goes all the way down either leg, as well as a little yellow section just underneath the collar. So knowing this, we can just start to draw onto the template. So just going to add that neckline in, then draw a centre back seam going all the way down. Then I'll just add that yellow waistband on the waist. From here I'll add in the sleeves and their seam that connects at the shoulder. And then once I've got both those sleeves marked out, I'll just draw in the rest of the shape for the trouser along with the piping seam that goes down the centre of each leg. So once you've got your seams marked out, you can go ahead and just add a few more details if you like, of just any top stitching. But so long as you've just got the main seams shown, that should be okay. So now moving on to the front picture, we can see that this yellow bit that goes around the back of the neck connects to the front and goes down that centre front. So we'll add that in first. So we'll just draw the neckline for that and the centre front line that goes down all the way to the stomach, and then just adding that yellow front bit just down to the waist as it is in the reference image, pulling it out at the side just to mark it properly. We'll then add that extra bit of the yellow that connects to the back of the waistband, which is just a slightly wider yellow bit than the rest of that centre front. From there we can see that this has this big kind of V-shaped pleated area. We'll add that in onto our technical drawing. So we'll just bring that down across where it sits on those yellow bits, and then bring it down to where that zip ends, just to mark it on our technical drawing. From there, if we look at another image, we can see that those seams go all the way to the shoulder, and there's also a princess seam that kind of joins to the underarm. So we'll try and add those in as well, although the princess seam you probably won't be able to fit too much onto that front bit. We'll also add in the collar whilst we're at it. So next we'll have a look at the lower half of this jumpsuit. So there appears to be a piping going all the way down the front of the legs. So we'll add that in now. And then to the side of that, there's another binding, and then it goes into the leather material. So we'll mark out where that material will start on our technical drawing. So this will make the trouser leg into 3 panels that will make up one trouser leg. From here we'll just finish the front by adding in the rest of the sleeves and the braces. So with the front and backs done, I've gone ahead and just drawn the base shape for the sides technical drawing. So if we go back to our reference images, we can see that the side has extra panels in both the bodice and leg, and the sleeve as well. So this section and at the top of the leg look to have pleats that are then top stitched. I managed to find this by finding this picture of the fabric actually being ripped. I originally thought it was the fabric just sitting on top with a little top stitch, but it does look where it bends to form a pleat. So I'll keep that in mind when I actually make the costume, but for this we'll just mark it on with separate lines, but making sure to mark in the extra side seam on the top as well as the seam on the legs, and then we'll just do the arm as well. I'm just going to mark those pleats in with some simple lines just where they'll be placed. But with that, I've got myself the technical drawings that I need to go ahead with making this costume. This leads me to my final question of how can I make a costume quicker And realistically, you can. It takes a lot of planning before going onto the fabric to make the costume process easier. So these steps of getting the technical drawings and reference images help you understand how you're actually going to go into the process. Whether you're going to connect it from the center back, working your way around to the center front, or you're going to do it from the center front, working your way around, or however it's easiest to make. These steps will let you not make as many errors as if you just went onto the fabric. I've learned that the hard way. I've done a lot of cosplays in the past where I've just gone straight to the fabric and a certain measurement will be off or a seam won't fit right, and I've had to just restart almost from the start, wasting quite a lot of fabric. It's just not been as productive. I would always recommend pre-planning with doing the technical drawings and having your reference images to hand when making the costume. You'll just be able to plan your time better with the entire make. And with that, if you want to see any more progress of this costume and any of my other projects, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.